Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I will be telling you my April TBR, which will essentially be my Owls TBR plus a couple extra books for another readathon that I'm doing as well. So let's get into it, because there are quite a few books on here, not as many as usual, which is really good for me actually, because I have been mood reading a bit more and I felt like setting TBRs has been restricting me a little bit. I think my slump isn't helping, and then everything that's going on in the world at the moment is obviously not helping either. So I've played with this TBR a lot in the last couple of days to try and make it so that it fits what I am currently comfortable with reading and the sort of books that I'm looking to kind of pick up at the moment. So luckily I've managed to do it, so that's really good. So without further ado, let's get into it, because otherwise we could be here all day. So if you don't know what the Owls are, it's a readathon, a month-long readathon throughout the month of April that is being hosted by G over at Book Roast. In August we also do a readathon called The Newts. This is the 3rd year now, so on that principle it is the Prisoner of Azkaban year, and this is my favourite year. This is my favourite book, it's my favourite movie, I love them all. Obviously this is Harry Potter based readathon, I didn't say that, but I'm assuming that you've just guessed that. But if you haven't, I apologise, it's Harry Potter themed. If you want to know more information about this, I will leave a link down below to G's announcement video so you can go check it out. But it does start on the 1st of April and it runs until the very end of April, so very excited. It's one of my most anticipated readathons of the year, so I'm stoked to be taking part. Now, there are 12 prompts in total, 12 subjects, 12 prompts. I will be trying my very best to do all 12, so I do have books set for all of them. But the career that I've decided to go for is Care of Magical Children. Care of Magical Children. Last year I went for Mind Medic, this year I've gone for one of the newer careers, so I'm going for Care of Magical Children. I'm going to become an auntie this year, which, despite all the chaos that's going on at the moment, I'm still extremely excited about, and I cannot wait. So I just think this is a perfect career for me to try and take this year. So in order to do that, I need to get my Owls in Arithmancy, Charms, Defence Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, History of Magic, Muggle Studies, Potions and Transfiguration. So I need 8 out of the 12, but I'm going to try and do the Legal Defence of Fantastic Beasts seminar, because I do love magical creatures as well. So in order to get that, I need to get my Owls in Care of Magical Creatures and History of Magic as well. So out of the 12, I actually need to do 9 of them, so I just have books for all of the prompts. So without further ado, let's get into those. So for Ancient Runes, you need a book that has hearts on the cover, so, or in the title. So I'm going for Call It What You Want by Bridget Kemmerer. I am wanting to pick more up from Bridget Kemmerer. I love her Curse Breakers series, A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Heart So Fierce and Broken. It's one of my favourite series of all time. A Curse So Dark and Lonely was my favourite book of 2019. So I'm wanting to pick more up from her. This is a contemporary book by her and there are hearts on it. So I thought this would be perfect for that. Then for Arithmancy, you need to read a book outside of your favourite genre. So my favourite genre is contemporary romance. I was going to pick a horror for this, however I am struggling to pick anything up that isn't contemporary romance. So I've gone for like the next best thing as far as I'm concerned. For me it would normally be like sci-fi, but I am partway through some series and I'm having to put some of those books down, and I'll come back to the series when I'm feeling a bit better and when a lot of this blows over, I think. But one of the series that I am wanting to continue with, and the reason why I'm picking this up is because I'm buddy reading it with Siobhan. I will be picking up Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second in the Shadow and Bone series, the Grishaverse trilogy. And I am buddy reading this with Siobhan. We really enjoyed Shadow and Bone, which neither of us were expecting to do. We've loved it. So we will be picking up the second one in the month of April, and I just thought this was a perfect time to sort of slot this in here. This fantasy is not my favourite genre, which I suppose a lot of people don't necessarily know that is the case, because I do read a lot of fantasy, but contemporary romance is my favourite genre, so this is outside of my favourite genre, despite the fact that it is one of my favourite genres. So I know that's very confusing, but I cannot pick up horror at the moment, which is my least favourite genre. So I had the perfect book for it and everything, and I really wanted to read it, but I just can't. At the moment, I cannot. So this is what I'm going for. For astronomy, you need to read something when it's dark outside. So I've decided to go for something really, really easy, something that I can pick up and read in one sitting while it's dark outside. And I'm going for Blackbird by Sam Humphries and Jen Bartle. This is a graphic novel and I'm really looking forward to it. It was gifted to me by Suzanne from Book Marvel, so thank you so much, Suzanne. Yeah, really excited to pick this one up, hopefully read it in one sitting. I will read this when it's dark at night, so yeah, perfect. Then for Care of Magical Creatures, I need to read a book with an animal that's got a beak on the cover. So a creature with a beak on the cover. So I was gonna go with Mockingjay for this, but I haven't picked up Catching Fire this month, and I just feel like this is not the best time to be reading a dystopian like that. So I'm probably not gonna get to Catching Fire, and therefore probably won't get to Mockingjay in the month of April. So I've switched this up and I've decided to go for Wizards of Wands Knock 3 Times, which is the third in the Wizards of Wands series. There is not a creature with a beak on the front of this cover, but if you turn it to the side, there is a crow on the side, and the crow actually has a lot to do with the story in here as well. So I'm gonna go for that. I know it's cheating a little bit, but I'm really, really excited to pick this up actually. So yeah, I think this will be perfect for that prompt because it does have magical creatures in it. Speaking, crows are magical to me. Then for charms, I need to read a book with a white cover. I am going to be going for When We Collided by Emery Lord. I do not know much about this, but I believe that it is a contemporary with some romance in it, and I'm actually sort of semi-reading this for another video, but you're not going to know about that yet. So yeah, looking forward to picking this one up. It sounds really, really good. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, I need to read a book that is set on the sea or by the shore. So I've struggled with this one a little bit because again, you're sort of looking more at fantasy if you're going for that, but I've managed to find one in some of the suggestions on the Excel spreadsheet that Gia set up where people can leave suggestions. So I'm going for The Bookworm Crush by Lisa Brown Roberts. I believe this is a contemporary romance and it's set on a shore. There is a surfer in here, so that's what we're going for. Very clever, nicely done for somebody who has recommended that. I will be listening to that on audio, don't own a copy, so picture. So for divination, I need to use like a random number generator, pick a selection of books, random number generator, and let that decide my fate. So the books I have decided to pick are Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, The Distance Between Us by Casey West, Every Other Weekend by Abigail Johnson, Wildfire by Kerry Mack, and also Throw Like a Girl by Sarah Henning. So as you will notice, these are all contemporaries with romances. In fact, they're all contemporary romances. That's exactly what they are. So these are my selections, Tweet Cute being the top one, Throw Like a Girl being the bottom. So there are 5 in total. Generate. We have got book number 2, so The Distance Between Us by Casey West. I am not mad about that. I love Casey West stuff, although I wanted to read all of those books to be perfectly honest. So I've been loving Casey West's books recently, so I think I'm going to enjoy this one. So I'm adding that to my collection, which is great. Then for herbology, I need to read a book where the title starts with M. So I've decided to go for Mitosis by Brandon Sanderson, which is the novella that follows Steelheart and comes before Fireflight, I think it's called. So I don't own it. Show a picture here. I am going to get it on, oh, I've got it on Kindle. That's where I've got it. I know I had it somewhere, so yeah, I'm going to be reading that one, a nice short novella, which will help. Then for history of magic, I need to read a book with witches or wizards, so I'm going for Adventure Zone, which is the first in the series. Here there be Gerblins. I believe this is a D&D graphic novel. I don't know anything about D&D, so it's going to be a great time. But I did read it, and there is a Taco the Elf Wizard, so I'm here for an elf wizard. It sounds fantastic. I'm really excited. And for Muggle Studies, I need to read a contemporary, which is obviously perfect for me because that's all I'm reading at the moment anyway. So I'm going to pick up Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. I am looking forward to this one a lot. I've heard great things and I adore this cover. I just think it's so beautiful. Very excited for this one. It is not short though. So looking forward to that one. For potions, I need to read a book under 150 pages. I've gone to like complete like ridiculous lengths with this. I've gone from the shortest book on my TBR that I physically own, and this book is 57 pages long. It is SEO Trot by Roald Dahl. I got this recently in a charity shop haul and I'm really excited about it. It's literally so tiny. It's going to be so easy to read and it's exactly what I need at the moment, so looking forward to that. And then finally for Transfiguration, you need a book that involves shape-shifting. So what more perfect book is there to pick up than Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? This is the illustrated edition. I'm so excited and I adore this because honestly Sirius Black is my favourite. And that's like literally the shape-shifting in here. So really excited to pick this one up. Cannot wait to do a reread of Harry Potter. I think it's going to be great. Very excited indeed. This is also the buddy read for the Patreons on G's Army as well. So very excited. I'm so excited to be taking part in the Owls again. If you're not taking part and you didn't know anything about it, I would highly recommend doing so. It's just such a great readathon, such a great community to be getting involved with, and I can't recommend it enough. Just go and take part. It's awesome. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you think any of these I should sort of like, you know, bump up first in April. I would love to know. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.